This is a Fox News alert. Days before the busy summer travel season, the House of Representatives approving a bill to make gas gouging a federal crime, targeting big oil companies and gas station operators and punishing them with jail and big fines for pushing up prices. Michigan Congressman Bart Stupak is leading that charge. Congressman, do you have proof there's gouging going on?
Well, just take a look at the most recent report from the Federal Trade Commission on Hurricane Katrina. They found at least 15 cases of price gouging in gasoline area, but there was no federal law against it. Hopefully now the Senate will take up this legislation and there will be a law against it.
But are you saying, Congressman, it's going on right now, that the prices are high because of gouging?
Right now, there's no doubt in my mind, after the investigation and working this issue for a long time, refineries are gouging the American people to the tune of the spread, the profit spread on a barrel of oil to convert from oil to gas is $36. It should be $9. That's raping the American people.
All right, so you don't think it's raping the American people that we have too few refineries? And that's something you're in charge of, right? You guys in Congress are in charge of that.
No. The oil companies will decide when to build a refinery and when not to do a refinery. Congress doesn't run refineries.
No, Congressman,
a lot of us think we should.
You're not being fair or right. The fact of the matter is oil companies and a lot of, believe me, they're greedy and looking out for money, right? But they also want to build more refineries, but environmentalists and stiff requirements out of Congress are making it so tough they cannot do that.
Excuse me, but there's only been one refinery built since 1976 and only one permit was applied for in Maricopa County, Arizona. It was proved based on the air standards and everything in less than a year, and the oil companies have refused to build it. We have the memos that show in the mid-1990s, Texaco, Mobil, and Chevron, these others, Conoco, actually want to close refineries. They've closed over 200 refineries.
Conoco, wait a minute. Conoco wanted to build 7 offshore facilities and was shut down by environmentalists at the time. Seven. When one company. Now, let me ask you this. If they're doing that, Congressman, why do you turn it around and accept it as a given, then, that people are being deliberately gouged when you don't seem to know for a fact they are?
Well, we know for a fact they are. Look at the spread.
Prove it. Show it to me.
Let me answer it, then I can. Okay? Come with me. Show what the profit margins on, again, converting a barrel of crude into gasoline. It's $9. Why is it $36 today? Why is it $36? They didn't build a new refinery. They don't need it to build new refineries. They need it because the getting's good with the oil companies sitting in the White House, and they're gouging the American people every opportunity they have.
All right, so what is,
and no one is doing anything about it.
Do you know the price of a barrel of oil, sir?
Right now?
Yeah.
Right now, it's $65.
All right, so who is setting that price for a barrel of oil? Who's setting that price for a barrel of oil?
Guess what the price was last year this time? $70. Oil is actually down, not up. Why are prices up? Because they're trying to gouge us and take advantage of the American people.
All right, so the fact that demand has gone way up, that our economy is stronger, that more people are working, that more businesses are online, that productivity has gone up 22% in the last 2 years, you're saying that these are all outside aberrant factors and instead it's a bunch of evil guys colluding in a room?
No. What I'm saying is there's refineries are taking advantage of the American people right now, and that is wrong in Congress. 2/3 of my colleagues agree with me. We're going to put a stop to it.
All right, so let me, Congressman, you say you're trying to do the American people good. Would it not be good to start by telling them the truth? That the fact of the matter is the oil companies themselves, no saints, would love to build up refinery capacity, love to have that option to them because it would be able to produce more oil and expensive oil in a market that demands that oil. So they get richer with that increased refinery capacity, not poorer. Why don't you mention that?
Mr. Cavuto, have them come before us if you really believe that, because we've done hearings for the last 2 years on this, and only one application has ever been applied for. Only
the
one.
Refinery capacity, Congressman, careful. The refinery capacity we have now has been the same it has essentially been for the last quarter century. So let me ask you this. What has made it more of an issue in the last few months? Why have these prices gone up more?
These outrageous prices where ExxonMobil makes $39.6 billion a year. That's $75,000 a minute. That's twice the average family income in my district. And why did gas go up in my district last night from $3.49 to $3.65? What event would trigger a 16% increase
Well, you do
night,
know that oil
other than
trades
greed.
on the markets. It's a commodity, right? Oil
Yes.
is now a commodity. It trades like a
Yes.
stock, right?
And you'll be pleased to know that I have legislation prevent unfair manipulation of prices, which requires oversight of all those trades, because the OTC over-the-counter trades are probably $20 a barrel too much. We're
So let me
paying
ask you,
$20
Congressman,
to it.
let me ask you, when prices
Go
were
ahead,
way
I've got
down,
a
when
vote, but go
prices
ahead.
went way down, and when we were for a while experiencing $10 oil, and oil companies were laying people off, and a lot of companies were merging in that environment, and prices were ridiculously cheap, did you call for commissions and legislation to look into the mystery surrounding those cheap prices?
No, what
or do you
Congress did.
only do it, or do you only do it when you can think you can seize a PR moment and a good political pitch when they're hot?
What Congress did was actually did tax breaks for production tax credits and things like this to help the oil companies. And now when they have record profits, we don't think Congress should be giving them another $15 billion in tax breaks
So when
they're making $40 billion.
okay, when they weren't making
When
any
they weren't
money, you
making,
didn't
we
care.
gave them-
When they are,
No.
now you care.
You didn't hear me. When they were struggling, we actually put in tax credits. I think it was Section 628 of the tax code, which allowed them to write off all those costs to produce oil here in this country to help them out. Congress has helped them out when need be, and now Congress has to tell them enough is enough and quit gouging the American people.
Incredible. You
And
keep saying it often enough. People can accept it as fact, Congressman, but I think
It
a
is.
little truth is in order. But, Congressman, I do want to get you back.
I'm chairman of Oversight and Investigations Committee. If you have contrary proof, I invite you to come to our committee and present it. We'll be having more hearings on oil and gas in this country.
I look forward to them.